context, we go into Davos, this big meeting. And during this meeting, Mark Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada, who, by the way, was only elected primarily because of Trump's threats on Canada, it allowed the unpopular party that Mark Carney supported to get some nationalistic pride and get elected in Canada. Trump would have a more ally, kind of a more friendly leader in Canada, had he not been so antagonistic to taking over Canada. Insane. So anyway, Mark Carney is elected in Canada, gives a speech at Davos that really, what's important here is that he wrote the speech himself. It wasn't a speechwriter. Mark Carney sat down and wrote a speech that I think really encapsulates the moment of what's going on right now. This ever-increasing great power rivalry, this U.S. China business, what's going on? You're watching. I truly think that Mark Carney is most important. The best segment I think he has a more realized understanding of what the good is. No racial advising. Honest assessment of what's going on and where they stand. And I think this speech kind of sums up with one bit of my life. Again, so he wrote this whole thing himself. Not one understands this cycle has put the real on top of recently having Donald Trump and what power, major powers of China. Kind of laid out
reminded that we live in an era of great power rivalry. That the rules-based order is fading, that the strong can do what they can, and the weak must suffer. They must. And this aphorism of Thucydides is presented as inevitable, as the natural logic of international relations reasserting itself. And faced with this fact, there is a strong tendency for countries to pull it on step back, to accommodate, to avoid trouble, to hope that compliance provides. So what do I know? In 1978, that dissident livestock novel to the president, Nestle called Power of Powers. And in it, truly incredible life story. I wrote about my dad for he asked a simple question: how did the communist system sustain itself? And his answer began with the greengrocer. Every morning, the shopkeeper places a sign on the windows of the world. Yes, no one does. But he places the sign anyway to avoid trouble, to signal compliance, to get along. And because every shopkeeper on every street does the same, the system exists. Not through violence, but through anticipation of which is privately known. Also, capital called this the system's power comes not from a few, but everyone willing to perform as if it were true. And its fragility comes from the same source. When even one person stops performing, when the greengrocer removes the sign, the illusion begins to crack. Friends, it is time for companies to take the best for decades. For decades, countries like Canada prospered what we call the choice of national.
The idea is like, it's kind of a very where privately know that something's wrong. Until it is public knowledge, people don't, human beings do not have to know that other people I don't know if I'm broken. People ever think that I'm wrong. try to pass it. You see the code that's called the code doesn't make it. But in fact, it is the defiance in itself which allows them to support because they know they are not alone with their displeasure. I think he's getting on something very real.
We joined its institutions, we praised its principles, we benefited from its predictability. Because of that, we could pursue values-based foreign policies. We knew the story of the international rules-based order was partly that the strongest would exempt themselves when it came that trade rules were enforced asymmetrically. And we knew that international law...
Who's got a better idea? They don't like it better. This is not...